Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Against the Storm, where we're picking up from that sudden failure. We're picking up from the crash. We're not too far back, we're in a little bit of a state here. We have not managed to get our packs of stuff together yet, but it looks like we've started working on them at least. Yeah, I've got them queued in. And it looks like it saved right before we started work on the Hidden Trader Cemetery. We don't yet have the amber back from the trade routes. So, I guess let's just pick it up right here. We desperately need to pick up a couple of points of reputation. I have not been building the, what's it called? The Forsaken Altar on our runs lately because the currency has seemed too important. I didn't want to be spending our long-term advancement goods, but I am wondering if maybe that would be a wise idea. Anyway, I think we can just pick up here. So we haven't got our smithy up yet. Okay, we're in that weird little lull where we hadn't quite gotten all the housing figured out. Yeah, we still need to produce the rain mill. We're not making flour yet, so the bakery is not active. Okay. Well, let's push for it. Okay, my woodcutters are just gathering any wood, whatever's around. Yeah. Oh, right. And also I should I should be ready for this. So we have 4 people. Yeah, I guess all we're doing is just waiting for these timers to run. Because the moment we have the 28 amber, we need to throw down the assignment. Right, because if we do this now... Well, never mind. I was going to say if we do this now, it'll totally finish during the drizzle, but this is not... You definitely can't double the reputation reward, right? That would be... I mean, that would be pretty good. That would be pretty fun, but... Alright, get out there and get it done, y'all. And I suppose, really, I should have built a road by this point. That's the thing I could have had them doing while we were waiting. Okay, so we're producing water. We are still looking for trade routes, and we don't know for sure that we'll be offered the same trade routes that we were before. I think we're definitely... taken that. So this is going to be number 10 finishing for export. I have number 11 in the bag already, and it would be really cool if we could hit this point of rep before the storm. But we're falling. Damn it. Harpy Resolve took a nosedive at the wrong time. Okay, and we've been gathering stuff for fabrics, so hopefully we can get that going. Okay, we have a little bit of an impatience problem. We're gonna have to pay 40 amber here. We have 20 of it already. We have another 4 on the way. I don't really want to be selling off my packs of goods. Obviously, we have plans for these. I mean, we'll get a trader pretty much right after the storm. We'll be fine. I'm sure we'll be fine. How long is it going to take for this to fill up? We're getting 0.12 per minute. So yeah, we're plenty fine. This will finish before we could run out. But gaining impatience from people being miserable is pretty bad news. Are my resolve buildings... Yeah, they're running. We're awfully close to another point of guild's welfare, which is pretty nice. But obviously this is not going to be sufficient to push us over. Right now we are in a place where our woodcutters do not... our woodcutters are not responsible for us being up a level of hostility. When we finish these tasks, okay, none of them are going to produce a huge amount of like bonus reputation, bonus movement toward any of our reputation goals. We have so many caches. If I could just get some tool production going, we'd be in really good shape. But unfortunately, things are going to be a little messy for a minute here. Is there a place where the... I guess... Do we have pipes? I need a building that can have a rain engine installed. Okay, so we do have some pipes. So is there a production building? Clearance water is the kind we have, right? Yeah. So I'm wondering if we can stash some harpies in a thing and, you know, turn on the comfort version of the rain engine. But I mean, that's not going to make up 9 points, right? I think we're just going to have to lose a harpy. And then once we've lost a harpy, we can unassign our woodcutters and end up down a hostility level and hopefully in better shape. Right, because that got us under 72. It didn't actually. Well, don't love the impatience gain, obviously. If we're gaining extra impatience from losing people, that does make things worse. That does make things dangerous. How many pipes do we have? 8. So we can install 2 rain engines. I don't think this is actually the place where we want to be installing a rain engine. Although the buildings where I do want to install a rain engine obviously are not using the right kind of water. Okay, we've almost got the ancient hearth upgraded, which obviously will be a little bit more reputation, or a little bit more resolve for people as well. That'll help. But yeah, unfortunately, it does feel like it's going to be pretty hard to push through this, and all of a sudden, everybody's feeling miserable. Okay, now we're at the point where if we unassign all of our woodcutters, this is not acceptable. Unassign all of our woodcutters, we go down a tier, but that still doesn't solve the harpies. Yeah. Still doesn't solve the harpies, and I am very fucking nervous. Do we have the materials to finish these packs of crops? We do. Please prioritize that. Because I really want to get a point of reputation in here as quickly as possible. Yeah, because we're not going to be able to favor the harpies out of this without losing the, you know, without having the beavers drop down below. So we can dance a little bit maybe, but like this is going to be pretty scary. What's in the bin here? Okay, so they need to produce that and then 2 more points, and then we're good. That's really unfortunate. Not as close as I would like. Favoring the harpies is not... Yeah. We're just going to lose a harpy here. It is not acceptable for it to be that person. Oh, we're close. We're really close. Okay, we have to try to dance it a little bit here. Right, dancing doesn't work because they were already so fucked. Every time we lose a person, it's a pretty significant portion of a point. Yeah, we're still 4 minutes out on that. This is really rough. This is gonna get kind of close, I think. Right, we do have haulers running, but they're not running this stuff. So when the beavers get close to losing another person, we gotta... Positives, positives, come on. Ah, damn it, damn it, damn it. Okay, forced delivery. We have 28 seconds to get that shit done. Let's run this trade route. Unfortunately, obviously, that's, you know, that's going to buy us some time eventually. Okay, there we go, there we go, there we go. That pushes us over in a really awkward way, but we have to take it to push back the point of... I guess what I should have done is waited until the very last second, right? A member of the guild house left. That is unacceptable. A hauler left. That's like less of a problem. This really should be finished. Okay, so we're going to gain a couple of points of reputation pretty quickly once the storm ends. And then on top of that, hopefully we get some buildings going and... Okay. We are finally at everybody positive. And we desperately need wood. Go, go, go. Okay, so I probably need to take decline because we need to get 40. Okay, pay it now. Yeah, we need the Ember payment must happen because otherwise we're going to gain points of reputation, or we're going to gain impatience and lose the game immediately. Now, from you, let's do our level best here. Sorry, I should come back down here, reassign you. Let me uncheck this because we do not actually want any more packs of crops produced. Okay. Alright, so you two can get back to that now. Although I guess it probably only takes one of you to do it, and we do need somebody actually getting some building done. Okay. So, stuff we know we can sell. This... do we have the last trade route in? We do. Okay. So we could sell all of the provision packs as well, is my point. So let's say all the provision packs, all of the extra packs of crops, which we do not need, all of the wildfire essence, which I don't think we're going to use at this point. We can certainly sell tools as well. Like, we can move at least 7 tools. I'm thinking, like, rebuilding that, that foragers camp that we saw costs 2, right? And then building another building would require parts on top of that. But the other thing we could do is just put all the parts on the table. Because I think we're getting... Yeah, we're getting 8 more parts from this order. Yeah, let's just put all the parts on the table. Alright, so it's all this and all that and all this and all that. That's 32. We can sell a pretty huge amount of the sea marrow, or maybe even all of it. We still have oil. We have plenty of purging fire, so we don't need to be worried about that. Where does that get me tool-wise? Gets me 20. Or we can probably go to 21 if I put my amber up as well. Yeah. Here, we can negotiate this down. Just try to get this as close to even as possible. That's not a huge amount of tools, but it is enough to get us at least 1 more point of reputation. We could pull in... We pull in ale, because we do also want to be pushing pushing our resolve levels, obviously. If we bought resolve stuff instead, we could pay $23.50 for all of this. If I took 12 of these, because that gets us to just enough to open up one large cache, right? Is that right? A large one is 24? Yeah, large one is 24. Yeah, okay. So let's say 12 of these. We got to push reputation as well. We're not going to be able to buy enough tools to open multiple caches anyway. So we do this. And then, like, do I have another 5 value here? Or should we pull some of this stuff off? Because we could buy fewer than 50 of our service needs, but I do like meeting our service needs. I would need to generate almost 2 more points of value. Yeah, we just kind of don't have it. I could throw on packs of building materials. We just get ourselves slightly away from aid for the beaver clan. Honestly, maybe it's worth it. It's only 4. I'll do it. I'll do it. Okay. So let's do that. We can maybe favorite. Well, I mean, once the points from the words, the service needs come in. Once the resolve from the service needs comes in, then obviously we're going to be in a very different situation rep-wise. So it might be worth waiting until we are there before making any decisions. I'm trying to figure out which caches we're most likely to still want to open with Sea Marrow, because obviously we want to try to prioritize opening the ones where we don't think the stuff inside of them is very good for us. Like, I think this is a pretty good example. Obviously, it's not totally ideal to have to run out there. Man, we really do need people. It's probably... If we could welcome in some new folks, that would be cool, but we don't have the right foods for it. Where are we at on newcomers? Newcomers are almost here. All right, let's not assign anybody to anything just yet. Then let's leave the... Oh, okay, they were like really almost here. They were not kidding around with that almost. This is 8, either way you slice it. I know we have a lot more harpy housing than we have harpies. I'll take it like this. Okay, so where does that put us housing-wise? The harpies are fine. The humans are pretty fucking far from fine. Okay. Let's put 2 people on this. Alright. Trade route comes back in 1 minute. That's a point. This finishes in 3 minutes. That's a point. This thing finishes in travel time plus 2.5 minutes. That's a point. That gets us to 12, and it pulls back the impatience pretty significantly. Hopefully giving us enough time to, you know, get some important things done. Alright, so the other stuff that we need to do, we probably should have somebody assigned here. We probably don't need this to be 8 right now, and in any case, you know, obviously you have enough for the moment. Working hard on the rain mill. We don't have any fabric. We seem to never have any fabric. We're like chronically short on fabric, but we are bringing in plant fiber. Yeah, I don't know. I just gotta tell them to actually like pay attention and do the work for a minute. You're creating porridge. Everybody's... I mean, we're fine-ish on food. And... yeah, I guess that's... We have 6 people unassigned right now. That can't be right. There's got to be work for these people to do. Our 2 service buildings are all full. Our farms are running, and obviously that's, you know, we're going to be in a better position in a second here because of the farms. Better position food-wise, I mean, obviously. Once the rain mill gets completed, and I do want to make that like a high priority. Okay, farming is a proficiency bonus here. We're going to want to... Okay, well, we can't really produce the scrolls anyway, but we can produce flour from this stuff. Don't go crazy with it. Probably put 2 humans on that. And then once that's done, we can start producing biscuits and pie out of whatever happens to be around. Sorry, we actually only want biscuits, right? Yeah, we don't actually care about pie. All right, so that is going to cut down on the number of people who are available for stuff. But I guess these 2 shouldn't be assigned yet because we do need the we need this building to finish first. So for right now, they can just help with the other stuff, the running. All right, we're going to let them produce a couple more. Yeah, okay, we'll deprioritize it now. We just need to make sure it actually got done. So at this point, I suppose what I should actually be doing is holding off on cashing in these rewards as long as possible. Right, let the impatience thing hit the top and start counting the timer, and then we'll fire it off then. It looks like we can push the harpies beyond most effectively. Well, I guess at this point we're probably not even going to end up needing that. So the question is, do we want to bring in the 4 more people right now? Or am I just going to be sad that we're like totally overwhelmed on... Because we already have people who don't have stuff to do and people who don't have housing. But that's going to be less true. Oh yeah, you know what? Fuck it, let's hit it. Okay, so... let's talk about fixing the housing problem. The harpies just now hit their actual housing level. Beavers need a couple more little houses down. And humans, we need 10 human houses, which we are not close to. Okay, that's on 10, yeah. We do not have the resources for that. Lumber is always in short supply, and we're not going to have another trader for a while. But this is the way of things. Honestly, maybe the fabric does remain prioritized. We are really desperate for fabric. We can continue to trade if it makes sense. I don't think that's a very good sale price. All right, we're getting events completed. We're making some distance here. Why is this building taking so long to complete? It only needs 3 it only needs 3 cloth, and we should be way past that. That shouldn't be a problem at all. So we can potentially break into some of these. Like, we don't need all of them, right? We're going to finish up aid for the Beaver Clan. This is part of the problem, is we're losing materials to this. Okay. Go ahead and finish making a thing of building materials, but stop. We need to finish that and then get her out of that building, because it is screwing. The way the game tries to pre-stockpile for things is really screwing us up. I think we are going to hit another storm, because this settlement is taking 1 billion years to complete. Wow, that's a really good trade value. Do I want to push that? Because we could, right? We could push that up to 56 amber, which is certainly a lot of trade value. Yeah, do it. It should arrive during the time when the next trader's active, I believe. So we'll just buy a bunch more tools. It really sucks that she's gathering, like, just enough of everything to never be able to actually make the pack. I guess it would be, yeah, push up a little bit more. I guess we're gonna need them. Okay. She's finally done. So deliver that, get unassigned, and let's reclaim all of the resources from this building so that they can go elsewhere. Criminy. 3 more beavers. We have 6 people unhoused already. It is probably not a good idea to take these. This might be best saved, unless we can get the housing figured out ahead of time. This might be best saved as an emergency peel back the impatience button. So let's treat it that way. Okay, so we don't want to sell, obviously, any of those. With our herbs recovered from that nonsense, 16 herbs is like a point. It's like an amber and a half. Plus this is an amber. So the overall like price conversion on this is fantastic. It's just we also need to have herbs in order to make biscuits and stuff. But at the same time, very large amounts of amber are pretty fun. Hey, the rain mill's finished. We're doing it. It's a miracle. I'm gonna turn off scroll stuff just so that they don't gather materials they don't need. And then we're gonna go ahead and put some biscuit makers to work. That's gonna be good news. We're gonna get some good stuff from that. I'm going to unfavor you. Yeah, this building no longer pulling materials. This is going to make it so much easier for us to actually finish other things. Those pack of building materials events are very expensive in terms of like the way that they fuck up your people's focus. Building packs of building materials really sucks. Okay, so we still need to make 4.5 more points, 5.5 more points, 5.5 more points. Obviously, tools are going to be a big part of that. Just breaking open caches. Well, we need to make 4.5 more points because we have a point of reputation. We can cash in here. We somehow still have not managed to put this together. That's bananas. But that's a point of reputation as soon as they bother. What's this at now? Okay, 3 and 41 into the next one. That's pretty good. Let's put this in a spot where it's gathering wood as quickly and efficiently as possible. Although we're gonna, it's gonna be ugly in a second here. I mean, there's not really anything we can do about it, right? We don't have a drizzle water geyser, but we do have a rain collector. And so we have some drizzle water. I think I'm going to go ahead and connect the pipes here and try to get us some double yields. I don't know if I want to turn it up all the way because I don't want to burn through the tank too fast, but we do need to start getting the food stuff distributed. The unfortunate thing is, like, it's the harpies, right? It's always the harpies that are the problem. Let's see here. We probably don't need to go too super hard on these, like... This building can also make paste, except it can't. We don't have salt or dye. Also, don't eat dye. I mean, I guess we eat a lot of dye. There's a lot of dye in food, but you know, it's not like a. It doesn't seem to me like it's a critical nutritional component. Ugh, I'm really nervous about the way this is going in terms of these buildings finishing. Beaver houses require so much fucking lumber. With these difficulty levels up. I mean, I assume that's our problem, right? It's we just don't have anywhere near the amount of planks that we would need ever. We have some wood in the supply, at least. It might be worth just cracking this, like... Right, I don't get the... parts. Well, whatever. I was thinking about opening that cache just for the planks, but let's not rush to that. So, unfortunately, this is another situation where we're just like in a weird position on our hostility meter. We're not going to be able to unassign people to drop a hostility level just at the moment. We should probably be taking buildings. Oh, I should probably also be paying this tax. We do have to pay this tax. Pay it as soon as we have the money, which will be not that soon. Yeah, 2 minutes until we have the money. It's well before it needs to be taken care of. While I am looking at this, there's a trade route up. What is it? Is it a thing that we want to actually do? Oh no, sorry, that's the this is the trade route button. What am I doing? It's been a long day, y'all. A couple games of Great Western Trail put anybody in a headspace where they're sort of spun about. Oh, hey, look at that. We finally finished the garden. Okay, the biscuits are starting to land. That's good news. See some of these resolve numbers climb a little bit. We are unfortunately just going to lose people for a second here. Okay, so now we can drop back down to hostility 4. And as more beavers get more food, their resolve level will probably push up high enough that we can favor the I'm gonna favor the harpies now. It's not going to climb fast enough. Yep, it just barely didn't. That's really annoying. Well, then let's unfavor them and save the beavers for a second here. Like I said, we have our emergency cash in if we need it. Beavers are almost in a good place, and our impatience bar is almost in the bad place. What a coincidence. Okay, the harpy that is fighting blight is not one of the ones that's allowed to leave. I don't know. I don't feel like I should have to. I don't feel like I should have to say that. I feel like that should be obvious. You just can't go. I'm sorry. Yeah, let's not pull more people in just yet, but we're close. Okay, favoring. Finally barely effective right at the end when it no longer matters. Okay, you have 35 tools and we are taking all of them because we must. We did pay already, so we can go ahead and put all of this stuff on the table, even though it's not worth anywhere near what we need. We can drop one of these as well. And, like, we'd like to be turning copper into tools ourselves. That would be a fun thing to be able to do. So what do we get for 31? It's not very much, right? We get 13. 13 is not even enough to open up a... Yeah, not even enough to open a half one. Is there any universe where we can make it to 15? I think is the question. We have to generate another 3.5 value? I don't think we have it. Well, if we put all of the oil on the table, we might be able to get there. All of the oil and, like, the copper ore. We don't actually have a recipe for turning this stuff into, bars anyway, do we? That's fine. We'll take that. Hopefully we'll be able to push people over on... Let's see, that happens when we're at 130 from that, so he will be gone by the time that Amber arrives. Sadly, we will not be able to use it to buy more tools. I guess we'll put some people on this. Sorry, humans probably, because those beavers actually are already spoken for. We need to get back on lumber work. In addition, gain 10 amber every time a villager leaves or dies. Honestly, probably pretty good. Friendly relations would gain me 2 resolve right now. You know, actually, that might be where we need to be. And then newcomers, I think so, right? So this is 6. Yeah, like we want more people. I don't necessarily want a huge amount more people, but I do think we need that. So we're good on harpy housing. We're good on beaver housing. We're good on human housing. We filled basically exactly filled up. Should the houses that we have stepped here actually ever get built, we are solid on that. Let's give them a little bit more to do, but that is looking like it is running out of stuff to do for the moment. All right. So once favoring fixes here, we can favor humans to push a little bit more resolve. We're getting half a point from this. It does feel like I'm running out of gas a little bit, and I am nervous about that for sure. Okay, we kind of can't afford to do rerolls at all, ever again, I think. So we just kind of have to take whatever. Obviously, service buildings are potentially worthwhile. The ones that just give you raw resolve really are what we're looking for here. Also, the other thing we would still be looking for, and I know that we're not going to find it, so it kind of doesn't matter, is... we still don't actually have production of words. There's a thing, brain. It's gone. Never mind. We don't have production of the things that we need for our leisure buildings, and we're not having a lot of luck finding them either. All right, so let's get the smithy down. We do need to eventually get to producing that stuff. I guess deactivate that. Like, we got to get this housing up, right? The housing is what's gonna help us push the blue line. I think we can probably afford to sell. We can probably afford to sell flour. I think we can produce lots of flour. It's just that we also want the the grain for other things. This is the only reason I'm not letting them just produce flour infinitely. So yeah, it's looking like a little pretty bad. We gained a point of reputation from resolve there. We're about to gain a point of reputation from this. And then, I mean, we're close, but we're also not really getting it done. Let's move you over to, like, here. There's more stuff to chop down like that. I guess, like, glade events, maybe, is the way to go at this point. Obviously, like, opening up another glade is really dangerous in the sense that we're stacking up a lot of inequality here. We're stacking up a lot of hostility, a lot of misery, but yeah, just pulling more glade events is probably our best chance for finding, you know, sources of additional resolve or additional reputation. The biggest danger, of course, is that we're going to open a thing where the event is something we just can't do. And ordinarily at this point in the run, at this point in a settlement, I would just be relying on tools to get us the rest of the way out. It really sucks how little that's been available to us this time. So I guess, yeah, I guess we got to open something here. Let's take y'all over to here and let's find our way into something. Yeah, it sucks because, like, we have all these people and we have things that we want them to do, but we can't do any of it until stuff gets built, and we are just like, we are so badly bottlenecked on advanced goods because it takes so much, it takes so many points of resources to build your housing on this difficulty. It's like really out of line here. All right, what is this? This is sell herbs. We can sell herbs. We can sell some herbs for sure. Can I sell 125? That's maybe too much. We're just entering harvest season, so we're gonna gain a lot of herbs. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it, go for it. Plus, you know, continuing to level up friendly relations. More resolve is more reputation. We gained another trade route there as soon as I looked away. I'm not selling fabric right now. Okay, those are both fabric trade routes. All right, I would really love to see this open right before the storm. That would be ideal. Would give us the most time to try to deal with it. At this point, like, the only thing that matters is the planks, right? As far as getting our housing finished. So yeah, if we can get 1 point of reputation from something, then we can slam the order and finish. We can do this. This is doable. We just have to oh boy. Okay. This is not a very difficult one, but it is annoying. And that's going to actually be a huge problem. I need to... Well, like I say, we're about to pull in a bunch of crops, right? My farms are in harvest mode. So we're pulling herbs, we're pulling roots. If we turn off root consumption, I'm sure we're going to hit the amount of roots we need pretty quickly. We no longer have any of the resources yet. We burned through our big supply of sea marrow and it's not coming back. I'm trying to make sure that we get this done as efficiently as possible. Like, obviously the big danger at this point is running out of impatience timing. I mean, we're pulling plant fiber. We're still actively gathering plant fiber, but I can't help but notice that there's none in the supply right now. So I guess the deal is we don't. Here, I'm gonna turn off use of roots. Are we using the roots in any of the food? Like, yeah, let's turn off use of roots for this. There's plenty of grain for the moment. And then where else can we... I don't think we're using roots for anything else, right? The porridge doesn't... I don't even remember. This is my porridge building. The porridge doesn't use roots in the first place, so we don't have to worry about that. The packing building didn't... Yeah, okay. So, like... In theory, we're probably going to get there on roots. But we don't need to assign anybody on this just yet. Obviously, we want to wait until we're ready to run, because you know how annoying this event gets with the hypnotism. And then if we can just survive to finish the river kelpie, we're all good. It's all value from there. Why did I think I need one more point beyond that, but we'll get it. It'll happen. I'm not worried. Yeah, I guess none of the other stuff here is particularly compelling. The sea marrow node, obviously, like, it's nothing new. Yeah, I guess we're just watching this and seeing where we... Oh, the other thing I was going to do was disable... Don't just eat raw roots, please. We need roots very badly, so please don't mess with the root supply. And our root supply went down to 0 despite me telling them not to use it for anything. This is still an area where I find things a little frustrating. It's like there were a bunch of roots and now there aren't, and where the fuck did they go? Okay, we can put a tracker on. So this is like leave this stuff in the warehouse if we set a minimum. Unfortunately, because we all of a sudden lost our roots. Okay, we got to get 24, track these. I want to know. Yeah, I want to know where we are on roots at all times. Where did they go? Where did they get pulled to? We don't use roots there. Aha. We currently do not use roots for cooking biscuits either. I mean, this should be prioritized, right? We know the herbs are not useful as stuff on their own. Okay. So as soon as that hits 24, we'll be good, and that should be pretty quickly, I would think. Should be pretty quickly, I would hope. And then it's going to turn out not to be, of course. Because, of course. Don't love to see 23. 23 is a pretty annoying number. Why would it be 23? What's wrong with you? Obviously, we have some of these places are still have to run back their stuff, but could we actually have produced 23? Are you kidding me? Okay. Well, I guess I'm going to tell y'all to stop using plant fiber for a minute. Actually, what's doing that? Do we just have enough plant fiber? We do. Okay. Let's take plant fiber out of the... We'll just uncheck fabric for a sec. Just to make sure nobody grabs any. And then let's put y'all on this. It's going to be really annoying. We're going to cancel the woodcutters. And we're maybe not going to be in such a dire spot here as far as resolve goes this time. I think we're going to be okay even, maybe. I hate to say that too early, but it's looking at least possible. Now, unfortunately, beaver resolve is falling when I need it to be climbing. Yep. We can only buy so much time with the dance, sadly. Okay, builder left, but I think, given how much of the storm has passed, I think we're going to be okay here. We're going to finish this game during, like, year 11 or 12 or something. It's terrible. All right. We can just pay this, and we should, because we can't afford the punishment. Did I just unfavor? Why did favor? Oh, because right, we're in the down cycle of that. Well, it's not great that both of their resolves went low at the same time. Maybe I misspoke when I said we're gonna make it. Because that's a lot of impatience we're gaining all of a sudden. Okay, I mean, that's whatever. People getting charmed out of their comfort jobs is actually doing a lot of harm to us here. Let me unlock this. We don't need to track this anymore. Feel free to use roots in the biscuit making. And in the flour making. Whatever. You just do what you feel is right. Okay, at some point that'll get done. We did get the housing mostly finished. Everybody is able to live indoors at least. That's something. But yeah, this is looking really, really, really bad. All of a sudden, people are just bailing non-stop, and I need that behavior to stop happening. Okay, not great. Nobody's trending toward blue, unfortunately. You have exactly the number of tools that I would need for shenanigans. Let's try to get some of that. We got a lot of scales all of a sudden. Yeah, so if we just buy this... What else would we want to buy? We'd also want to buy, obviously, things that can produce happiness. Which I guess is pretty much just that. The human, we could buy more porridge, but obviously we have porridge production already. And my concern is that I don't necessarily have the ability to push the humans any further on resolve. Like, I think we're pretty close to the line on that. So let's just spend all the scales. And also quite a lot of herbs or insects or both. Let's do some of one and some of the other. Okay. So that's enough to open a half cache. And I don't know that it matters hugely which half cache we open. I mean, that's a pretty good one to break open. Well, as is that one. Whatever. It probably doesn't matter. This... Put 2 people on it. Let's make it work. Okay. If we can get... So this is a point coming. Plus, this is a point... this is 0.75. So that gets us to, with the order, that gets us to 17.76. All we have to do is get a little bit of resolve reputation going, and we're clear. We're going to hit our impatience threshold while this event is still happening, I think. But actually, but you know, we have the order. We saved the order for exactly this purpose, right? All right, we want to let that tick as far as possible. Although also I'm a coward, so I'm not going to let it go any further than that. Ooh, okay. I think we got it. That was not good, though. I think I am comfortable saying that was fully not a good outcome. All right, 50 seconds on this. Minute 30 on that. And I guess we could have, like, woodcutters or something. And we are, yep, we're north of 17. Okay. So, yeah, year 11 is pretty bad. Year 11 is definitely not where we would want to be. Let's go back to the world map and take our victory ? Yeah, it felt like I was just having a really hard time getting buildings finished enough to have the slots to put people in, even, which is it's an unusual problem. It's not usually where the misery is coming from. So, in terms of upgrades, I don't know what we're going to be able to buy here. We get a fancy drainage mole. Why would you want the head of a young drainage mole in your house? There's no way that doesn't smell. Like, bad, right? Okay, do we have a meaningful upgrade to pursue here? Like, what would I want in sort of like the medium term? The grace period upgrade is kind of good, I guess, actually. Stocked caravans is cool. +1 carry capacity is pretty weird, but actually kind of compelling. So yeah, if we were to push up this line, we would get upgrading frog houses. I'm not doing house upgrades at all. I probably should be. So yeah, frog house upgrades, and then this building storage probably is actually pretty good. Yeah, I think it makes sense to go up this line. Whew. And then, from there, we simply need to strike out and reach the seal. We are at 40 fragments. We get 6 fragments per settlement, so we need to make 4 more settlements happen in the next 29 years. Or we need to make 3 more settlements happen and get 1 more resupply, right? There's a Forsaken Town over here. No resources will be refunded when destroying a building. See, this is one of those ones that becomes more interesting because of the difficulty. On lower difficulties, that's like extremely whatever. That would almost never affect you. On this difficulty, where we find ourselves juggling parts a lot, that's interesting. And honestly, now that it's got me thinking about the utility of juggling parts, I suppose juggling other buildings for like planks and stuff might actually be a thing to do sometimes. But obviously, Corrosive Torrent disables that. If we were to do this, so complete a deteriorated settlement. Are these exactly the same as do it for free? Just like, hey, it's fun. Pre-selected blueprints, discovered glades, badly handled events, partially built town. Okay, and then this puts 25 leather in the starting pack for the rest of our settlements. What I might do here is Forsaken Town, then from there go 1, 2, 3. It's not ideal, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That gets us the seals, and then, yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. So I think that is the plan. So that means, actually, we have 29 years to get 2 settlements done, right? Because the 3rd settlement, the Blightstorm won't happen in the middle of finishing a settlement. And then once you are at the timer, you're still allowed to try the seal if you're within range of it. So that makes me like really comfortable, where we're in basically no danger if we do that. Complete a mismanaged settlement to receive 20 artifacts. This is easier. But like, we managed this before and we got the leather, right? Or we got the resources. Oh no, wait, the last time I tried one of these, we didn't succeed at it, but we didn't succeed at it very quickly. And that would be fine in this case. Anyway, like I had said before, I think it is probably worth, just in the interest of human time. We have now played up to Prestige 10. You know what kind of challenges we're dealing with. I think I'm going to play off camera until it's time to hit the seal. And then we'll jump back in for that and the walk up to Prestige 15. So Thank you all so much for watching. That was grim. That was a pretty desperate salvage there of Mayor's income, differentiated, of course, from all our other settlements. I'm hoping that things are going to go a little bit smoother with the rest of these. When you come back next time, we will be at that seal, fighting tooth and nail, desperately trying to hold on. It is possible that I just don't have what it takes to get to Prestige 20. I think that's starting to feel more and more likely to me. And if that's the case, you know, whatever. We'll push it as far as we can. I'm not giving up yet. So come back next time for that. And, you know, it might be a few days before that episode's out. And we'll see you then.